Hey, what it is, I'm Dirt, and this is the Drowned Crypt. But that's not where we're staying today. We're not going to the Sight Cave neither. We're using the grappling hook here to continue on our path leftwards. This is going to take us to the Stan Marshlands of Shadow. Now, I don't remember what every item is yet, but I kind of, in my guide, just loosely say collect all here or ignore X, whatever. There's some pretty garbage pickups here, even though I have like a collect all on my guide. But the Nightmare Pastels are kind of nice. Gonna want those. But the bombs and the buff, I don't really care about any of that. The Marshlands is really just a simple from right to left kind of thing. Pretty much a straight line. Kind of a shame. I actually really like the aesthetic of this area. I like the music. I like the enemies. I like everything. I like its vibe, you know? But I guess marshes don't really go up and down now, do they? Makes sense for it to go left to right. That's how a pond would work too, I suppose. Sorry if I sound a little out of it. I have a splitting headache and nausea. I don't know what's wrong. These guys are pretty simple. Just dodge their boomerangs. They're basically exactly like Castlevania boomerangs. So they go forward and they return. And now we're in the Sea City. You can see City in the Sea City of Erlem. You don't want to run into the cannonball fire, you'll die. So we're going to take the bottom. Take the bottom. Kind of reminds me of the in Dark Souls, the original Dark Souls, when you have to pass the dragon bridge and you have to use that. I mean, you don't have to, but you can use the lower area. It gives me that vibe, which I like. I like that vibe. Speak with Count Dracula. I don't even know what this guy does or how his story resolves, if I'm being honest. I just kind of talk to people. I probably don't have to. City of Erlem is kind of a left to right situation as well. You just kind of zigzag down this street, but essentially you're going from the right side of the screen to the left until you get to the mansion of Erk, or whatever the heck it's called, the Mirror Mansion, as I like to call it. I am playing like absolute shit. Good lord, I could get my time down like crazy if I played like a good player. As you can see, I really like to play with the right thumbstick. It's kind of like what I do when I'm idling. Just spin it around in 360 motions like a degenerate. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm yawning, but really, we're literally just going left to right. Talk to Lisa. Or actually, Lisa talks to you. You don't have a choice. Now you must fight the Starborn Night Hunter. He's a dex build, so beat his ass and let him know that shit's garbage. Using that stupid blunderbuss longsword. Do not, by any... If you see him charging that fire move, you need to move. Because if you get hit with that and you're in close proximity of it, it's insta-death. Like, did you see how much one did? It's half. It's almost half health. So. But I mean, really, this guy's pretty easy. He kind of takes a lot of damage. Like, that greatsword is no joke. Dopietta is probably the only cool gun in the whole game because it has splash damage and it's kind of nice for hitting things at your feet when the greatsword takes too long to swing. I sometimes even use it here to kill these slugs on the floor because they're very annoying and it's satisfying to hit them with a shotgun. Now for this place, we're basically collecting 4 mirror shards. We already got the first one in the save room above the save point. Now we go here. This is the first mirror. It's a puzzle. It's very simple. You gotta kill the enemies in the proper order. The proper order is top left room enemy, bottom right room enemy, bottom left room enemy, and that's pretty much it. Top left done. And if you're curious about how to figure it out, you can look in the mirror and see the reflections of the creatures in the order you must kill them in. But you already beat the game, so I'm assuming you probably know this. I hate those things. They're really annoying. Just dodge their jump. Even like don't try to do the sword special into him either. If you try to do the ethereal greatsword, he could still grab you. It's crazy, even while you're doing the crazy attack. Like, the reach on this thing is absurd. Dumb motherfucker, hold that. Let me pull your head off real quick. Those guys suck too. If he grabs you, it's probably death. So just pay attention to him. Make sure he doesn't grab you. It's easy to dodge, but if you don't dodge, that's kind of what this game is. Like everything's pretty much easy to dodge, but if you get hit, you're done. It's over. The 12 vitality is pretty rough now that I'm thinking about it. This is supposed to be a casual run. In all honesty, you might want to get your vitality to 20. I'm just kind of a crackhead, and I'm stubborn. This is the Alawi tentacle area. Don't need to grab that, but this on the other hand is necessary. It is your prototype blueprint, which is going to let you upgrade your weapons further past +2. Huge. I guess I was really just that scared of the challenge room. All these Narakaboros tentacles running around. Is that how you pronounce the name of Alawi's god? Nagakaboros? I don't recall. You kind of want to get on those top platforms. Getting on those top platforms will probably keep you safe, especially that top right one, because if that dark wizard spawns and starts casting those annoying things and you're under him, dealing with the crap below as well at the same time, you're probably not gonna survive. Just like I almost don't survive that. Oddly enough, like this should have been the easiest part of the challenge room, but I just botched it. Those little maggots on the floor do a ton of damage. Don't sleep on them. Literally, do not sleep on them. I try to get those guys off my screen as quickly as I can because I've gotten killed by that stupid spell more times than I can count. It's instant death, basically, if it catches you at a bad angle. I don't think there's anything even useful in here. I think the pastels might be a decent pickup. 5 of them, not bad. I might actually, but skip the other 2 things. Unless you like to throw things around and buff your weapon, then by all means, you know? But I don't know, it doesn't really seem that efficient. Maybe I'm just not using the right stuff. I don't really know the weaknesses for elements in this, to be honest, if I'm being real. Yeah, you're gonna want to not get hit by this. It's kind of weird. They put the mirror, like it's supposed to be a house of mirrors, and that's like the only spot in the whole mansion that has that little thing. I figured, I think they could have added a little more of that. It's a little annoying to have to wait and pass, but if you're trying to create a theme for your level, at least stick with it. I know this is a common thing that I'm constantly saying, but if you get sprayed on at a bad angle by those dudes, it's insta. It's insta death. This game hates insta death. Although to be fair, I'm sure the designer of the game assumes that you're gonna, increase your defensive stat, which I don't. It just seems silly to upgrade vitality when you get health upgrades as you progress through the game. That's why I don't really see a point in touching it. Although the physical defense might be worth, who knows. But who needs physical hits, physical defense, when you could just dodge? Once again, you have another challenge room. As usual, try to use the platforms to your advantages. Most enemies can't traverse them. Wow. Don't play like shit like I do. That should be all 4 pieces of the mirror, so now you're going to head back to the big mirror room after spending your souls, if you so incline. I like to spend because I don't have much confidence in myself or my ability to do things correctly, so I assume I'm going to die on every boss. As you can see, I prioritize leveling the weapon because that's what increases the scaling. Once you get that strength to about 40, it soft caps to about 50. But really, like once your strength's at 40, you can start messing with another stat. As long as you get it to 50 eventually. You probably really don't have to get it to 50. I just like to be efficient, maximize. Also, from 40 to 50, you get crazy returns. It's like 6. Like, you get like 6 points of extra damage per stat compared to like the 3 that you usually would get. So the returns are pretty huge. Huge. Now this is a duo boss battle. A bottle, aka boss battle fusion. And as you can see, I'm just terrible. But thankfully, it's not too hard of a fight. I kind of focus on the big man. You can abuse iframes during that animation there. And just getting his big meaty body out of the way makes the fight with her easier. And he's just a big eyesore on the screen. Just get him out of there. And she just does, basically, like if you get to one side of her, she's going to jump. You can roll under those, or even, I think, jump over them. You can even throw those back at her if your timing is good enough. They go into the ground, you can press Y and chuck the arrow and explode it on her, which is pretty cool. I think I pull it off one time in the fight. When she shoots the laser, that's a pretty good opportunity to get some easy hits in. And that's that, and now we're finally going to get our first life upgrade. It's right there. As you can now watch, you'll see the red health bar. Bam. Up. Focus goes up too. Pretty nice. Now we have the air dash. I noticed like the most efficient way to air dash is to like jump, air dash. You can literally press X and then roll your thumb onto circle. And then when he lands on the ground, you want to hear the the thump of him hitting the floor, like the click, and then like just one footstep, and then jump again, and then the cooldown will be up.